Welcome to the Tyneside Irish Cultural Society podcast with me, Michael McNally. Hi everyone, and welcome to our July podcast. We've got a great show lined up for you, so let's get started with our first guest. She's a writer, an actress, and incredible family history. Please welcome Janet Boyd-Behan. Can you just tell me a little bit, because you're an actress and a writer, and which do you prefer?
Well, I'm in the throes of learning lines at the moment. So at the moment, I prefer writing. when I'm writing, I prefer acting. But, no, I don't know. It's a kind of an infection wanting to do these arty things, and I'm badly infected. So what can I say?
You were going to be an actress, and you went off to Central School of Speech and Drama. Did you enjoy your time there? And did you, at that point, envisage that you would ever become a writer as well?
I loved my time there. I really loved it. I remember that the last night party, just walking past the steps of Central and kind of weeping because I was never going to be allowed back through the doors again. Although I have gone back there to do a bit of teaching since, but it's not the same as in my day. I think I had always kind of been a sort of a closet writer, but you're near the sea.
Yeah, not far away. We've got about 10,000 seagulls above my house at the moment.
Charming. I think I'd always been a bit of a closet writer and not really shown. I didn't really realise that I'd never ever shown anybody anything. And it wasn't until I was stuck at home with, sounds bad, doesn't it? But unable to work outside the home, I should say, because of my childcare responsibilities, that I needed a creative outlet, and I began to write properly.
A lot of people may not be aware. They might just know you as an actress, about your writing, but also about your family history and this amazing project that we're going to be showing at the Tyneside Festival in October. And I know that we were hoping to get you to come up and do some questions and answers as well, but I don't think that's been finalised yet, but we're hoping that's going to be the case.
I'd be very happy to come, if so, yes.
Well, we're hoping to get you up. So just tell us a little bit about your family and about this amazing play.
Well, my father was Brian Behan. He's unfortunately dead now. He was the brother of Brendan Behan, who was a very, very famous playwright, famous all over the world by the time he died. And his mother was Kathleen Behan, started off as Kathleen Kearney. And she was the sister of the man who wrote Amran Navar, the Irish national anthem. So there's always been a lot of theatre, a lot of poetry, and a lot of revolutionary activity in that family right from that time. And my father, when my grandmother was very old, he wanted to record her memoir. So he went to the home that she was living in Sybil Hill in Dublin and just sat by her bed with a tape recorder and got her to talk into it. And that subsequently became a book called Mother of All the Behans. And so the film that's going to be shown at your festival is taken from that book. It's just sort of an abridged version of that. She had a fascinating life, and I think it bears retelling the story of her life very much so. It has been done twice before as a stage play, but not since the 90s. So we were working on a new adaptation, which was in development to be shown at our own little literary festival in Shoreham in Sussex. But then we were locked down. I can never remember whether that was the second lockdown or the third lockdown or the ninth lockdown. It's all in common with everybody else. That year was a bit of a blur for me. So my husband, who's a TV director, said, well, why don't I just film what you've done so far? And we worked on it and turned the end of the living room into Kathleen's, wherever she's supposed to be. She's either in her house or tea room, or I don't know. You make up your own mind about that. And we made a film of it, and and people seemed to like it. So,
but when it's someone who's that close to you, and it's your own flesh and blood, your own grandmother, is it a bit scary to play that, sort of to take on that responsibility?
I'd always thought I did a very good imitation of Kathleen, you know, where she used to talk like that, just a bit of bread and butter, darling, and all that kind of thing. So when I began rehearsing with my very, very intelligent and rather strict director, Jessica Higgs, I found that my imitation of Kathleen was not wanted on the voyage, so to speak. And I did sometimes think that maybe Jess and Kathleen were kind of ganging up against me, but no, I mean, Jessica is very insistent on the truth, and the truth comes from inside, doesn't it? So, it was. Yes, it was an interesting journey and a difficult journey, really difficult to do her justice, not hammer up, you know.
The relationship you would have had as a grandchild as well, you know, it's sort of suddenly become the grandmother as a character. Do you have a new insight into who she was and about the life she led?
Yes, because when I was young, I just thought, to be honest, I thought she was a bit of a pain because she was always very, very demanding. She'd come over to England because my father moved to England when he was 25, and she'd kind of do this sort of caravanserai around all her sort of London children and a Sussex Crawley daughter and everything, and it was like a sort of a state pageant, you know. And she, as far as children were concerned, she wasn't very interested in us at all. But we were there to serve her, you know, to fetch and carry, bring her little things that she might need, to take her to mass, though sometimes she'd divert into the pub instead. It wasn't really until I kind of started revisiting her on this process that I thought, my God, that woman, the life she led, the tough life, the tragedy, the sadness, and the sheer hard work, you know, looking after all those children, just daily slog, day in, day out, but always kind of with a feminist sensibility, so that she, you know, she wasn't going to be walked over. She was nobody's fool. And I had increased admiration for her as the time went by.
Do you sing in this? Do you actually sing some of the songs?
I do. And also I remember once recording the songs and sending them to Jessica to listen to. I was doing my very best singing, and she said, it's terrible. It just sounds like someone having a nice folk evening. You know, you've got to be Kathleen. So I had to go back and sing them as an old woman. So, you know, so that they are true to the character. But I can sing better than that, honestly.
You just true to the character. No, the truth is everything. That's it. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I really am. I play some music and often sing a Pogue song, Streams of Whiskey. And the first line is, last night as I slept, I dreamt I met with Behan. It's the first line of the song, you know. And I was quite excited because I was in my head this morning when I woke up because I was going to be talking to you.
As you can imagine, that would have been some evening of drinking, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Absolutely. Shane McGowan too, yes. Anyway, listen, absolutely marvellous. I can't wait to see this, and I hope I meet you when you come up.
I hope so too.
What are you working on right now?
I'm working on a play called Don't Open the Door. It's a very political play in which I play another old woman. It's just old women parts from now on. It's an old white woman and a young black man, and it's just to talk about racism, and you know, it's very current, unfortunately.
Extremely current. Yeah, I mean, what a world we're living in. The likes of Trump and our lovely friend Boris there.
Oh God, please.
And then he smiles. Well, absolute pleasure meeting you. Good luck with everything. Can't wait to hopefully have you up here. October the 14th, Thursday, October the 14th, we'll be showing Kathleen and Me at the Tyneside Irish Festival. And as I say, we're really hoping to have Janet there for questions and answers. Janet, thank you very much for your time.
Oh, thank you very much. All right.
And
God bless.
Good luck with the play. God bless to you too. If you want to learn to play traditional Irish music, where do you start? I've got a man who knows the answers. Welcome, Ewan Porter. Hi, Ewan. How are you doing?
Good to see you. Doing well, thanks. Yeah.
It's great to meet you at last. I've heard lots about you. Now, You actually run the Comhaltas, don't you, in Newcastle?
My official title is a secretary, yeah. So I organise the events and the memberships and things like that, yeah. So there's a group of us on the committee. There's myself and there's Kevin Doonan, who you've had on your programme. He's our chair, the great fiddler from the great Irish Tyneside family.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We have him as our chair as well. And I don't know, people probably know Sheena. She was McElderry. Sheena McCaffrey, yeah.
Yes, of course. If you're a young person, then how would you get involved?
I mean, we run classes. We've been doing them online up until July there, just because of the lockdown and everything. But fingers crossed, we're back in the Irish Centre come September. We do them. They're the second and fourth Fridays of the month at 6:30 on a Friday evening. Just turn up to the Irish Club. We're usually up in the Gallowgate bar, or I'll give you, if you can maybe pass my email out.
Yes.
If people want to email me to contact me, I can send out the dates that we've got. But yeah, just turn up, and
that'd be fantastic.
We'll get you started or carry on.
Is it just for young people, Ewan? I mean, the Comhaltas?
We focus mostly for young people in the classes, but I mean, the families can become members of the organisation as well, and we encourage families to come as well. And if older people want to join it, yes, please. Very often we have a wee session after the lessons where older people will come along, and it's nice to have the young people and the older folks together playing tunes as well. But if older folks are wanting to learn, I know that the Irish Centre do, I think it's on a Thursday night, the Irish Centre do lessons for older people. But as I say, they're welcome to come along to the Comhaltas as well. The
Echoes of Erin show. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that's a yearly show that's put together by Comhaltas in Ireland. It's a huge organisation now. We're just one tiny little branch of it, so it's a worldwide thing. So it's very often the sort of senior competition winners, so absolutely top class musicians make up this show, and they usually visit the Irish Centre. It's usually around the half term in February time, I think. They come on, and it's a great show, yeah. So every year there's the Echoes of Erin show. If any kind of music that you like, you will love this. It is all Irish music, but it is just top class, like world class players all together. Amazing dancers as well. Yeah, great show.
It's fabulous when young people are engaged in playing music, isn't it? It's so uplifting, and
it's great. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just to get the young people and just playing music together, because they can sit and learn on their own and learn tunes and stuff, but when you get together as a group and a group of young people together, it's just great crack for them too, and they learn things from each other, and they get the chance to meet young folks from all around the country with competitions and flas and all sorts as well. Yeah.
Ewan, I know that you've got a house full at the minute, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if you would mind, and I bet there's some musicians there. Would you mind putting something together and sending it to me, and I'll put it in this podcast?
Great. Yeah. We'll play a couple of tunes. We'll get a couple of tunes together, send it to you. So we've got they're all on the fiddle now. That's what we need. We need some more whistlers. Yeah. We'll put a few tunes together for you, certainly.
That would be fantastic. Listen, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I'm sure I'll see you around the Irish Centre. And
great.
Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to receiving this and putting it into our podcast.
Great. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you very much, Ewan.
Right, Michael, thanks for inviting us on. We'll play a couple of jigs. Rose in the Heather and Out in the Ocean. Bye.
I have to say that made my day. Thanks, Ewan, and thanks to all those wonderful musicians around you. That's all we have time for this month. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast, and I look forward to seeing you next month. We'll play out with Echoes of Erin. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the summer.